What's going on?
Honored to see you.
How you feeling? Well, we're glad to have you. Are we taking care of you? You need anything? Let's have 12 play well today, right? All right. Good to see you, man. Hey, guys, Jimmy. Good to see you all.
Yeah. Cleveland Browns coaching search has just taken an explosive turn. What began as mere social media chatter has now ignited into a full-blown quarterback dynasty battle that could completely reshape the future of this franchise. Deion Sanders, the iconic Hall of Famer who's been guiding his son Shedeur at Colorado, has reportedly pulled off a jaw-dropping move that took everyone by surprise. He made a subtle move to express his interest in interviewing for the Browns' head coaching position following the firing of Kevin Stefanski. But wait, this is where the story takes a wild turn. The Browns turned down his request. They turned down Coach Prime. They passed on the guy who could bring his son back and possibly end their decade-long quarterback struggle with one daring decision. With Shedeur Sanders stepping up as the leading candidate to take the helm in 2026, analysts are buzzing that constructing a team around him is the wisest strategy for Cleveland. Everyone's been wondering about this one question. Did the Browns just commit the ultimate blunder in franchise history by passing on Deion? Are they avoiding a catastrophe that might backfire spectacularly? Smash that subscribe button right now. We're diving deep into the behind-the-scenes power struggle, the health issues that derailed Deion's NFL aspirations, and the reasons Shedeur Sanders could be the next starting quarterback for Cleveland, regardless of whether his dad is coaching him or not. We're kicking things off with a jaw-dropping revelation that took everyone by surprise. Multiple reports indicate that Deion Sanders discreetly contacted the Browns organization to request an interview following the firing of Kevin Stefanski on January 5th.
I'm proud of him because a lot of things happen behind the curtains that people are not privy to, and I'm proud of his endurance, his understanding. He can't control a lot of things that transpired, but he learned a lot as a young man. He had to do what he had to do, and he made it through the storms. And I'm proud of him, man. As a father, I'm proud of him because I know.
This was not just a public campaign or a media spectacle. Coach Prime took a bold step to position himself directly in front of Browns ownership and general manager Andrew Berry. The connection looks flawless in theory. Shedeur Sanders, his son, has officially joined the Browns roster after being selected in the 5th round last year. Shedeur kicked off the last 7 games of his rookie season, showcasing enough potential that CBS Sports has indicated Cleveland is gearing up for him to take the starting role in 2026. The team is in dire need of a coach who truly believes in his development. Who better to shape Shedeur's journey than the coach who's been by his side throughout his entire life, the one who transformed him into a Heisman contender at Colorado and understands every nuance of his game. However, the Browns declined. Deion's interview request was flat-out rejected. According to ESPN Cleveland insider Tony Rizzo, there's a significant reason behind it: health challenges. Rizzo went on air and stated clearly, he's got health issues. I really don't see Deion as the right choice. The football world was rocked by that statement, especially considering Deion's ongoing battle with serious health issues that kept him out of the spotlight for months. In June 2025, Deion made an appearance on Asante Samuel's podcast, where he opened up about facing health challenges that led to a weight loss of 14 pounds. He canceled a speaking engagement for the sickle cell disease research and educational symposia without any explanation, sparking speculation about what might really be happening. When Browns reporters inquired about Shedeur's father's condition during training camp, the rookie quarterback quickly shut down the conversation, stating he wasn't aware of the situation and wasn't there to discuss his dad's health. Health concerns are definitely something we need to take seriously. The situation is serious, and it seems significant enough that the Browns don't see Deion as a suitable candidate to take on the intense challenges of an NFL head coaching position. But wait, there's a twist that adds a whole new layer of complexity to this situation. Deion's good buddy and ex-NFL quarterback Adam Pac-Man Jones recently shared with TMZ that if Deion ever decides to take the leap to the NFL, it would definitely have to be with Cleveland. It's not Miami, it's not Tennessee, and it's definitely not any of the other 9 head coaching openings that popped up this cycle. Only Cleveland stands out. Pac-Man believes that Deion would never go up against his own son as a coach. I can totally see it happening. Jones stated, knowing Prime, it would definitely have to be Cleveland. He's definitely not stepping up to coach against Shedeur. That's the top priority. We've got this crazy scenario where Deion is all in for the job. Cleveland is the sole NFL team he'd even think about. His son is already on the roster and making waves as a potential starter, but the Browns decided to put the brakes on things due to health concerns and doubts about whether a college coach with no NFL experience can navigate one of the league's most chaotic franchises. And that's only the start of this incredible journey. While the Deion drama unfolded behind the scenes, an even more significant story was brewing with Shedeur Sanders and his future in Cleveland. As soon as Kevin Stefanski was let go, Deion dropped a mysterious message on social media that had everyone buzzing. Just under 30 minutes after the news broke about the firing, Coach Prime took to Twitter to say, "We're going to make it. Make sure to embrace that deeply within your heart, spirit, and lifestyle. Welcome to 2026, everyone. A brand new year is here. So, it's time to embrace new beginnings. It's time for a complete shift in our mindset, and it needs to happen immediately. We're destined to conquer this game of life." He left out any mention of Stefanski. While he didn't bring up the Browns directly, the timing was too significant to overlook. Fans quickly saw it as Deion setting the stage for the Cleveland position, while also showing support for his son, who recently lost his head coach. But let's get to the heart of the matter. As Deion found himself sidelined in the coaching search, the Browns were busy making pivotal decisions regarding Shedeur's future, hinting at a potential commitment to him as their franchise quarterback. Andrew Berry, the GM who brought Shedeur into the fold and weathered the Stefanski firing, took to the podium for a press conference to discuss the rookie's development. Berry mentioned witnessing significant growth in Shedeur, both in terms of mental and physical development. He received accolades for his exceptional playmaking skills, pinpoint accuracy, and impressive ability to extend plays using his mobility. But then Berry threw out the line that has Browns fans totally on edge. He mentioned, "I can't sit here and tell you right now whether the solution for, or the starter in 2026, is outside or inside, but it's something we're going to work through over the next several weeks." The new head coach is definitely going to play a significant role in that too. That definitely sounds like Berry is keeping his options wide open. However, behind the curtain, the tides are turning significantly in favor of Shedeur stepping into the spotlight as the go-to guy. CBS Sports' Jonathan Jones reported that Cleveland is preparing for Sanders to be their starter in 2026. Consider the implications of that. After selecting Shedeur in the 5th round, it felt like a huge win, especially since he was expected to be a first-round pick. After seeing him kick off his career by starting 7 games and finishing with a 3-4 record, he completed 56% of his passes, racked up 1,400 yards, tossed 7 touchdowns, and threw 10 interceptions. After witnessing him battle through harsh weather conditions without any first-team reps during training camp or preseason, the Browns are seriously considering making him the starter. The stars are aligning just right for that to go down. Dante Moore, the standout quarterback from Oregon and a leading prospect for the 2026 draft class, has just revealed that he will be returning to school for another season. This move further weakens an already thin quarterback class and essentially takes Cleveland out of the running for securing a top-tier first-round passer. The Browns are set to make their selection with the 6th overall pick in the draft. With more players choosing to stay in school, the top quarterbacks on the board include Colorado's Fernando Mendoza, Alabama's Ty Simpson, and potentially Miami's Carson Beck or Oklahoma's John Mateer in the later rounds. None of those players are seen as essential franchise cornerstones. Browns insider Mary Kay Cabot revealed that Moore's decision is a game-changer for Shedeur, significantly boosting his chances of landing the starting role. And then we have the financial reality that makes sticking with Shedeur as the starter pretty much a no-brainer. NFL analyst Josina Anderson highlighted that it's evident the Browns' smartest and most budget-friendly move is to center their strategy around Shedeur Sanders, who is currently only costing them $4.6 million on a 4-year rookie contract amidst the skyrocketing salaries for quarterbacks in the league. Now, look at Deshaun Watson, raking in over $50 million a year, but struggling to stay healthy and deliver when he's on the field. The decision becomes crystal clear. The Browns find themselves in a tough spot with Watson's contract, as releasing him would lead to a significant amount of dead cap space. It looks like the strategy is to revamp his contract, reducing that hefty 2026 cap hit from about $72 million down to around $40 million. This way, he stays on the team as a pricey backup, while Shedeur takes the reins as the starter. Enter NFL draft expert Mel Kiper Jr., whose insight should send chills down the spine of every other quarterback option Cleveland is weighing. Kiper took to the airwaves and gave a passionate endorsement of Shedeur that was crystal clear and unmistakable. I'm not sure what more the kid could possibly do. Kiper pointed out that Josh Allen faced criticism during his second and third years in the league. If Josh Allen faces criticism, there's no chance Shedeur will escape it either. I've seen every play, every snap of Shedeur Sanders, and he has every reason to be proud of what he's faced and overcome. Shedeur Sanders embodies everything you want in a quarterback. Kiper took it to the next level, completely shattering the narrative that Shedeur faced difficulties as a rookie. Honestly, when you consider what Shedeur accomplished this year, it's impressive. He didn't have any training camp, wasn't with the starters on offense or defense, and had to perform in harsh weather conditions, not in comfortable domes. If you think Shedeur Sanders' rookie year wasn't impressive, then clearly you weren't tuned into the same game I was watching. This is the same Mel Kiper who had Shedeur as his top-ranked quarterback before the 2025 draft and labeled NFL teams as clueless when he dropped to the 5th round. Now he's really pushing for Cleveland to stick with the kid they already have instead of looking for another option. However, there's a huge twist that simply can't be overlooked. This situation circles us right back to Deion Sanders and the whirlwind of chaos it has unleashed. If the Browns are gearing up to make Shedeur the starter, and Deion expressed interest in coaching him, what's the reason behind Cleveland turning down his interview request? Was it truly just about health concerns? Or is there something more beneath the surface? Fox Sports analyst Chris Broussard suggests that the Browns could be concerned that bringing Deion on board would tie them to Shedeur, regardless of whether he has truly earned that commitment. In my opinion, Stefanski's approach to Shedeur is what ultimately led to his downfall. Broussard mentioned this on First Things First. Bringing Deion on board means you're all in with Shedeur, but we haven't seen enough of him yet to be sure he's the franchise player we're looking for. Broussard's point highlights the core conflict at the heart of this entire situation. Kevin Stefanski didn't fully commit to Shedeur throughout his rookie season. Shedeur kicked off the year as the 4th-string quarterback, trailing behind Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel. When Stefanski finally gave him a chance in Week 11, Shedeur had never taken a first-team rep in practice. Despite trading Pickett and benching Flacco, Stefanski continued to give all the first-team reps to Gabriel until injuries ultimately compelled him to make a change. Some people think that Stefanski lacked faith in Shedeur, failed to develop him effectively, and that his management of the quarterback situation contributed to his partial dismissal. If the Browns bring in a new coach who's open-minded about Shedeur and ready to consider other possibilities, that's definitely one route to take. Hiring Deion Sanders would leave no room for doubt. Deion is set to make Shedeur the undisputed starter, crafting the entire offense around him and putting his reputation on the line to show that his son can be a franchise quarterback. For certain individuals, that's precisely what Cleveland required. A coach fully committed to nurturing the young quarterback already in their ranks. For some, it's a nightmare situation, where family dynamics take precedence over football choices, leading the Browns to stick with a player who may not measure up. Deion's college coaching record is definitely a hot topic, sparking a lot of debate and differing opinions. During his time at Jackson State, he achieved an impressive 27-6 record over 3 seasons, transforming the HBCU into a national sensation. Now, he's taking that momentum to Colorado. In 2023, he achieved a solid 9 wins and 4 losses with Shedeur and Travis Hunter on his roster. However, by 2025, after both players departed for the NFL draft, the team faced a dramatic downturn, finishing with just 3 wins and 9 losses. Critics highlight that 3-9 disaster as evidence that Deion struggles to succeed even with top-tier talent. Supporters claim he was leading a totally revamped team and that it's unjust to evaluate him based on just one disappointing season. The question for the Browns is straightforward. Is it possible for a coach with no NFL experience, who has only coached his own son at the college level, to jump into one of the toughest jobs in the league and actually find success? The Browns definitely have a different perspective, at least for the moment. They're bringing in seasoned coordinators such as Jim Schwartz, Todd Monken, Jesse Mateer, and Grant Tedinsky for interviews. They want a candidate with NFL experience who can step in and instantly earn the respect of seasoned players like Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. Deion may be a Hall of Fame player and a celebrity coach, but he hasn't called plays in the NFL, managed a 53-man roster through a 17-game season, dealt with salary cap decisions, or coordinated with a front office on draft strategy. The learning curve is going to be steep, and the Browns simply can't afford to navigate through a steep learning curve right now. They've racked up a record of 8 wins and 26 losses over the past 2 years. They want quick results, not a risky trial. However, there's a counter-argument that just keeps coming back. If Shedeur Sanders steps into the starting quarterback role in 2026, and the new head coach lacks faith in him or fails to nurture his talent, Cleveland might find itself in a familiar predicament, cycling through quarterbacks, squandering draft picks, and witnessing yet another young player's career derail due to organizational chaos. Deion Sanders may lack NFL experience, but he brings a unique advantage that no other candidate can match. He has Shedeur's full trust, understands how to leverage his strengths, and would step into Cleveland with immediate respect in the locker room, thanks to his Hall of Fame playing career. Former NFL quarterback Adam Pac-Man Jones highlighted that very point during his conversation with TMZ regarding Deion's NFL prospects. Jones expressed that he can definitely envision Deion taking on a coaching role in the NFL, but it would need to be in Cleveland, since that's where Shedeur is located. He's definitely not stepping up to coach against Shedeur, first and foremost, Jones stated. However, Jones threw in an important twist. Deion is determined to complete what he began at Colorado. The Buffaloes have brought on a new athletic director, Fernando Lovo, who is determined to revamp the football program with Coach Prime at the helm. Last season, Colorado finished with a record of 3-9. Lovo is convinced that Deion's national fame and recruitment skills provide the program with a significant edge in its quest to establish itself as a global brand. Deion finds himself navigating the complexities of two different worlds. He has the option to remain in Colorado, revamp the Buffaloes, attract top-tier talent, and maintain his status as the most captivating figure in college football. Alternatively, he could take a bold leap into the NFL, team up with his son, and attempt to turn around one of the league's most struggling franchises. The Browns took matters into their own hands by turning down his interview request, but that doesn't necessarily mean the door is shut for good. If Cleveland brings in a new coach, and that coach faces challenges, while Shedeur steps up as the starter and displays moments of brilliance but requires further development, the conversation around Deion could definitely come back into play next year or the year after. And that leads us to the ultimate question in this whole narrative. What's the fate of Shedeur Sanders? According to multiple reports, the Browns are gearing up to name him the starter, but Andrew Berry is keeping his cards close to his chest and won't make a public commitment. The incoming head coach will play a crucial role in deciding the future of the quarterback position, and the person who takes the job will step into a scenario where Deshaun Watson remains on the roster, earning a significant salary. Dillon Gabriel is signed as a third-round rookie, while the Browns hold the 6th overall pick in a draft class that's light on quarterback talent. The new coach might choose to stick with Shedeur and help him grow. He could sign a seasoned free agent like Sam Darnold or M. Jones to create some competition. He might consider trading up in the draft to snag Fernando Mendoza or Ty Simpson. Or he might conclude that Shedeur isn't the solution and advocate for a total overhaul at the position. Shedeur exudes a sense of confidence while maintaining a grounded perspective on the unpredictability ahead. When reporters inquired whether he believed he had done enough to secure the starting position in 2026, he responded, "I think I did what I was able to do, and I definitely grew from a lot of things. I've gained experience, so my confidence remains steady, but ultimately, that's beyond my control. That's not up to me. I can't comment on how others feel." That's the perspective of someone who understands their fate is beyond their control and is determined to concentrate on what they can enhance during the offseason. The numbers reveal a complex narrative. Shedeur wrapped up his rookie season with a completion rate of 56.6%, tossing 7 touchdowns while facing off against 10 interceptions, and finishing with a record of 3 wins and 4 losses in his starts. The numbers might not be jaw-dropping, but the context is everything. He didn't receive any first-team reps during training camp or the preseason. He was tossed into the games unprepared and ready to face the challenge head-on. The offensive line faced a staggering 25 different starting combinations due to injuries, and they had a tough time keeping anyone protected. The receiving corps faced a significant change when Mel Kiper was traded mid-season. Shedeur was basically destined for failure, yet he still displayed glimpses of the arm talent, accuracy, and mobility that showcased his first-round potential. Mel Kiper's insight about analyzing every snap is absolutely vital. Anyone who truly examined Shedeur's film witnessed a quarterback who maneuvered with agility, kept plays alive, displayed finesse on deep throws, and managed pressure more effectively than the majority of rookies. The interception total raises some eyebrows, but it's worth noting that half of those occurred during his initial 2 starts, while he was still getting a grasp on the system. By the end of the season, he was making fewer mistakes and demonstrating real progress. If the Browns provide him with a solid off-season program, a complete training camp featuring first-team reps, and an offensive coordinator who tailors plays to his strengths, there's a genuine chance he could make a significant jump in his second year. Everything hinges on who the Browns decide to bring in as their head coach, and that choice is just around the corner. The coaching search has advanced to the stage of second interviews, with Jim Schwartz and Todd Monin emerging as the leading candidates. Schwartz is the mastermind behind Cleveland's top-tier defense, earning immense respect and support from the players in the locker room. Monken, the offensive coordinator from Baltimore, previously coached in Cleveland and has the potential to blend his offensive system seamlessly with Schwartz, who would remain as the defensive coordinator. Neither of those guys compares to Deion Sanders, and neither has the natural bond with Shedeur that his father would provide. And that leads us right back to the core question that lies at the center of this whole story. Was it the right move for the Browns to turn down Deion Sanders' interview request? Did they really let go of the one coach who could have unleashed Shedeur's true potential and finally provided Cleveland with the quarterback stability they've been searching for over the last 25 years? Your perspective on Deion as a coach will ultimately shape your answer. If you believe that his college achievements were solely due to having his son and Travis Hunter, and that he would struggle in the NFL, then Cleveland really avoided a major misstep. If you believe he's a true coaching talent with the ability to nurture quarterbacks and inject immediate credibility and energy into a struggling franchise, then the Browns just made a monumental blunder. The health challenges throw a wrench into the whole situation. Even if Deion is the ideal choice, he can't fulfill his coaching duties if his body isn't on board. The loss of 14 pounds, the cancellation of public appearances, and insiders like Tony Rizzo indicating that his health issues are severe enough to rule him out of NFL consideration point to the reality of the situation, rather than mere speculation. There's definitely something off, and the Browns are fully aware of it, which is exactly why they nipped his interview request in the bud before it could even hit the headlines. The timing of all this is just insane. Deion reaches out for an interview just as his son is making waves and trending toward becoming the starting quarterback for the Browns. The Browns have declined due to health concerns. Analysts such as Mel Kiper take to the airwaves, urging Cleveland to fully commit to Shedeur. The quarterback draft class takes a hit with Dante Moore deciding to go back to school. CBS Sports has the scoop that the Browns are gearing up for Shedeur to take the reins as the starter. Amidst it all, Deion is in Colorado, sharing enigmatic posts about fresh perspectives and conquering life's challenges, while his son strives to establish his place in the NFL independently of his father's influence. Shedeur himself tackled this situation during training camp when he clarified why he requested Deion to steer clear of Brown's practice. "I'm not ready for him to come see me just yet. I want to focus on my goals first, and then I'll be open to him visiting. I really don't want him to come and watch me do a few reps." And he's cheering like the ultimate dad. "No way, you can't be proud of me at this moment. I need to reach my destination. I realize there's a ton of work ahead of me to reach that goal. I want to make sure that everything I'm doing right now is laser-focused, and I'm not interested in any distractions." This quote perfectly captures Shedeur's mindset. He aims to succeed based on his own abilities, not because his well-known father is guiding or promoting him. He understands that the story of nepotism and favoritism would trail him relentlessly if Deion took the helm as the Browns' coach. Interestingly, Cleveland's decision to pass on Deion's interview could be just the opportunity Shedeur needs to establish himself as an NFL quarterback on his own terms, free from his father's influence. The upcoming weeks are going to be crucial. The Browns are set to bring in their new head coach. The coach is set to assess the quarterback scenario. leading to crucial decisions on Shedeur's potential as the starter, the fate of Watson, whether he gets cut or has his contract restructured, and whether Cleveland will opt to draft a new quarterback or bring in a veteran through free agency. If Shedeur secures the position and excels, the Deion discussion transforms into an intriguing what-if narrative about the path not chosen. If Shedeur finds himself on the bench or the Browns decide to draft his successor, the debate over whether hiring Deion was the right move will linger over this franchise for years to come. What if Deion's health takes a turn for the better, and he feels ready to jump into the NFL next year? Will the Browns have another shot at bringing him on board? Could another team facing quarterback issues and with available cap space make a bold move for Coach Prime and his star-studded coaching persona? There's a chance the Dallas Cowboys might part ways with Mike McCarthy. The Las Vegas Raiders could consider teaming up Deion with a quarterback they select in the draft. The New York Giants might just decide to hit the reset button and completely rebuild from the ground up. The number of teams that might seriously consider hiring Deion as head coach is more extensive than many realize, particularly if he delivers another impressive season at Colorado. Right now, the spotlight is on Cleveland Shedeur and the tough call the Browns faced in turning down Deion's interview request. We're diving into a franchise that's been plagued by a quarterback curse for 25 long years, now grappling with the question, could a fifth-round rookie be their ultimate savior? A Hall of Fame father is witnessing his son battle for a starting position, all while grappling with health issues that could cut his coaching career short before it even takes off in the NFL. This is all about a coaching search that could shape the next 10 years of Browns football. The future hinges on whether the new coach has faith in Shedeur Sanders or opts to hit the reset button at the most crucial position in sports. The Browns stunned the NFL with their rapid decision-making, turning down Deion and seemingly pledging their future to Shedeur. Here comes the challenging part. It's all about taking action, bringing in the perfect coach, nurturing that young quarterback, and showing that this time, after 25 long years of struggles at the position, they've finally nailed it. Deion Sanders is making a strong case for the Browns' head coaching position. Cleveland declined. Now, Shedeur Sanders is on the brink of discovering whether he has what it takes to be a franchise quarterback, all while navigating the field without his father cheering him on from the sidelines. The Cleveland Browns' choice to turn down Deion Sanders' interview request while gearing up to make Shedeur Sanders the starting quarterback in 2026 creates one of the most intriguing what-if scenarios in recent NFL history. The true verdict on whether the Browns made the right decision or let a historic chance slip away will unfold over the coming seasons. This story draws on insights from ESPN, CBS Sports, TMZ, Sandry Rose, EV.com, Browns insider Tony Rizzo, and a range of NFL sources focused on the coaching search and quarterback situation. Multiple insider reports reveal details about Deion Sanders' health status and interview requests. The drama unfolds as Cleveland dives deeper into their coaching search and makes crucial roster decisions.